We need to talk about something now before you watch any other streaming advice videos, because I saw some comments on my last video that kind of scared me as someone who gives advice on YouTube and Twitch. There's a problem with streamers, and there's a problem with people who give streaming advice, and that is no one will tell you what will happen if you don't do it right.
I did all the things that people said, be on at this time, stream organically and people are gonna come, bro. People don't come, bro. None of that shit works, dude. Your stream is always at the bottom. You're gonna lose your girlfriend like I did. You're gonna lose all your friends like I did. I couldn't let my life go down destruction anymore.
No one will actually tell you what it takes to get to the top. And I don't think anyone's avoiding telling you this because they're bad people. Like, no streamer out there is trying to hurt you here, but they don't tell you because, well, one, usually they just don't know. Success on Twitch compared to other content platforms like YouTube or Instagram is relatively new, so the bar is set a lot lower. Most of the big streamers that we all enjoy watching on Twitch nowadays are hanging out with friends, having fun, playing video games, whereas on YouTube, it's a constant push to get more creative than your last video. It's late night editing sessions to make sure the video gets out by the deadline. I mean, most streamers who give advice just have never had to experience that before. But I think the bigger reason that this happens is nobody wants to be the bearer of bad news. Like right now, I'm sure a lot of people have already clicked away from this video because this isn't something that you generally want to hear. So these streamers sugarcoat the advice, or they only tell you the part of it that's easy to change. And that's the part that I have a problem with, and really something that I'm just not willing to do, because there are a lot of people out there that are streaming 10 hours a day. They're on the Twitch grind, and some of these people have spouses, some of them have kids, and they're neglecting them, and they're neglecting their own lives. They're hurting everyone around them because of the encouragement they got from someone on YouTube. And if my encouragement got you to make decisions that hurt your family, I would feel very responsible for it. And don't misunderstand this. This video is not a discouragement video. This is very much an encouragement video. The same way you'd get encouragement from a friend who has been through what you're about to go through and wants to make sure you are prepared for the trials in front of you. Because the current generation of big streamers, and I understand this is a blanket statement, it doesn't apply to everyone, but for the most part, they made it big by having fun and playing a lot of video games. The next generation of big streamers will not. The next generation of streamers is gonna need a lot more than that. As the platform grows, the bar rises. YouTube went through the same thing years ago. I started making YouTube videos back in 2006, and when I first started, any music video on YouTube was made with a point and shoot in someone's bedroom of them playing their instrument. But now, YouTube videos are full-blown produced music videos.
Is it too late now to say sorry? 'Cause I'm missing more.
Twitch is going through the same evolution, and those who don't keep up are going to be left behind. So let me give you the tools that it's gonna take to become the next big Twitch star. Because if you're going to do the grind, especially if you're doing it because of me and because of my encouragement, I am personally responsible to make sure that you do it right. In my last video, I explained how YouTube's algorithm helps new channels get discovered and how Twitch doesn't actually have a system like that in place. So no matter how many hours you put into it, it doesn't matter, you're still gonna be at the bottom. If you haven't seen it, there's a link in the description. I heavily recommend you pause this and go watch it real quick. If you have seen it, fantastic. Instead, scroll down and just hit the like button on this video. If you want to grow on Twitch, it boils down to the two essentials. You need a solid, entertaining stream, which, by the way, is like 99% of what Twitch advice on YouTube is about. But that's only 50% of what you need. The other half of what you need is a way to get discovered. This is a necessary half of your growth, and this is something that almost all stream advisors ignore because either one, they don't know a lot about it, or two, it's just a difficult topic to tackle. But you need to have a way for people to find you, and depending on who you are and your brand, that could completely differ. For example, if you are a professional gamer, you don't need to do any of this stuff. Your connections and your clout from being a professional are more than enough to get you started on Twitch. This advice is for the majority of aspiring streamers who aren't professionals, don't have anything like that, and are starting from absolutely nothing. If that describes you, you need to understand that streaming full-time is a full-time job. If you're going to be the best on the platform, you need to prepare yourself to be the best. You're gonna need to learn new skills. You're gonna have late nights. You're gonna have to do parts of the job that you don't like to do. To give you an idea of what I'm talking about, here's a comment I got. I believe if you have fun, people will watch you. If you make it a grind, you will tire out. Focus on the fun and you forget the rest. This is the kind of advice that people want to hear, but I guarantee you no soccer lover has ever taken this advice to heart and become a professional. There are a lot of people who love soccer, but nobody becomes a professional soccer player by only doing the parts that are fun. These professional athletes push themselves. They wake up early and do drills. They do the stuff that the majority of people aren't willing to do, which is why they're the best. In order to be a full-time content creator on Twitch, at least in 2019, you are going to have to learn to make good original content on other platforms. As of right now, it is the best way to get discovered. You'll need to learn how to film videos, edit videos, design thumbnails in photo editing software. You'll need to learn how viewers think and what's gonna get them to click on something. Would you click on your video that you're posting? If not, your audience probably won't either. And of these things, you not only need to learn to do them, you need to learn to do them well. To help you guys get started, I made a list of softwares in the description below. In order to learn those things, use all the tools that you have at your disposal. There are unlimited amounts of good tutorials on YouTube for free. If you want some more refined education on this, Udemy or Udemy, however it's spelled, or Mac Pro Video are two places that I learned a lot of my tricks. Definitely learned a lot more on the internet than I learned from college. Thank you, tuition. And lastly, this is really important. I probably shouldn't have left it to the end. If you have a family or kids or a life outside of streaming, you are going to need to learn to balance that because those people are depending on you. This will probably mean extra sacrifice and even less sleep. I edit a lot of my videos in bed instead of in my studio here, and I edit them with one hand because I'm scratching my wife's back while she falls asleep. And sure, that means I edit a little bit slower and I get a little bit less sleep, but you know, that's my job. I'm her husband. That's what I signed up for when I married her. Just make sure you're not hurting those that depend on you for this stream. It's not worth it, and it's never necessary. It just might take a little bit more sacrifice to do it right. I know this video is a little hard to hear, and I'll probably get a good chunk of dislikes and negative comments from people who don't want to accept this. But I want you to know that I believe in you. Success on social media is not just about the elite, loudmouth, popular kid on social media who made you feel bad about yourself. I was a total weirdo in high school with no friends. You can make this happen. You just have to do it right. So good luck. I hope this helps. If it did, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If something concerns you about this, please leave it in the comments below, or go ahead and drop by in the Alpha Gaming Discord, link in the description below. Feel free to ask me or my awesome community there. You're also welcome to come by and get some encouragement from me in my Twitch streams. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday evening. Link to that down in the description. I love you. I believe in you. I want you to succeed. And as always, happy streaming.
You gotta get a dance like that one guy has. When he goes like this. Right, when he goes.
Talking about ninja?
Doesn't he go like this? Isn't that what his dance is? You showed it to me once.
The pon pon?
Yeah, and it's like pon 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 pon.
Can someone clip it, please?